Have you ever noticed something weird? Sometimes being lonely feels safer than being loved. Not better, not happier, just safer. Because when you are alone, nobody can disappoint you, nobody can ignore you, nobody can leave you, nobody can suddenly act different and make you wonder what went wrong. And honestly, that can feel peaceful. A lot of people think they want love until love actually shows up. Then suddenly they start acting strange. They stop replying fast. They overthink every message. They push people away. They act cold. They pretend they do not care. Not because they hate love, because love is scary. Loneliness is familiar. And sometimes familiar feels safer than happy. Think about it. If you have been hurt before, your brain starts treating love like a dangerous thing. Maybe someone lied to you. Maybe someone left. Maybe someone made you feel like you were not enough. Maybe you trusted the wrong person and ended up feeling stupid. After that, your brain quietly says, let us never do that again. So now, every time somebody gets too close, your brain hits the panic button. Someone texts you something sweet. You read it 3 times and think, what do they really want? Someone says they care about you. Instead of feeling happy, you feel suspicious. Someone starts liking you, and suddenly you feel the urge to disappear for 3 business days. Because deep down, being alone feels easier than risking pain. Loneliness hurts, but it is a pain you already know. Love is unpredictable, and humans are weird. One day somebody calls you their favorite person. The next day they reply with K. And now suddenly you are sitting there like a detective trying to figure out if the relationship is ending because they used 1 letter instead of 2. That is exhausting. When you are alone, there are no mixed signals. No confusing texts, no wondering if somebody still likes you, no pretending not to care while secretly checking if they viewed your story. You can just sit in your room, watch random videos, eat snacks and live peacefully. Well, mostly peacefully, because loneliness has a strange way of making you feel safe and sad at the same time. It protects you from heartbreak, but it also keeps you away from connection. It is like locking yourself inside your house because you are scared of rain. Sure, you stay dry, but you also miss sunsets, fresh air, road trips, late night laughs and all the good things outside. That is what loneliness does. It gives you protection, but it also gives you distance. And after a while, you can get so used to being alone that love starts feeling uncomfortable. When somebody is kind to you, you do not know how to react. When somebody checks on you, you wonder why. When somebody wants to spend time with you, you think, are they joking? Because maybe you got so used to doing everything alone that being cared for feels strange. You know what is funny? A lot of people who say, I do not need anyone, actually need someone the most. They are just tired. Tired of getting disappointed. Tired of trusting people. Tired of being the one who cares more. Tired of acting strong all the time. So instead of saying, I am scared of getting hurt again, they say, I am better off alone, because that sounds stronger. But the truth is, humans are not built to do life completely alone. Even the people who love being alone still want somebody they can talk to. Somebody who understands them. Somebody who makes life feel lighter. Nobody wants to pretend forever that they do not care. And maybe that is the hardest part. Sometimes the person pushing love away is secretly hoping somebody will stay anyway. Not because they want attention, because they want proof. Proof that somebody will not leave. Proof that somebody will still be there even when they are difficult. Proof that love can be safe. Because for some people, love has never felt safe. It felt confusing. It felt temporary. It felt painful. So now they keep 1 foot out the door. They tell themselves, if I do not get too attached, I cannot get hurt. But that is not fully true, because closing yourself off also hurts. Pretending you do not care hurts. Acting cold hurts. Watching people leave because you never let them get close hurts. You might avoid heartbreak, but you also avoid happiness. And that is the trap. Loneliness feels safer because it gives you control. If you are alone, nobody can reject you. Nobody can betray you. Nobody can leave unexpectedly. But real connection has never been about control. It is about risk, a scary risk, an uncomfortable risk, a risk that sometimes ends badly. But it is also the same risk that can lead to the best parts of life, the deep conversations, the stupid inside jokes, the random late night phone calls, the feeling of knowing somebody truly gets you. You cannot experience those things if you spend your whole life hiding. And no, this does not mean you should trust everybody. Some people really are bad news. Some people are walking red flags wearing nice shoes. But not everyone is like that. Not every person is going to hurt you. Not every person is going to leave. Not every person is going to make you regret opening up. Sometimes the hardest thing is not finding love. Sometimes the hardest thing is believing you deserve it. Believing that somebody can care about you without secretly planning to disappear. Believing that you do not have to be perfect to be loved. Believing that it is okay to let people in. And maybe that is where healing starts. Not by forcing yourself to suddenly trust everyone. Not by pretending you are fearless, but by taking small steps, replying to the message, opening up a little, letting somebody care. Because yes, loneliness can feel safer than love. But safe is not always the same thing as good. Sometimes the walls that protect you are also the walls that keep you trapped. And maybe, just maybe, you deserve more than just feeling safe. Maybe you deserve to feel loved too.